Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, his son and the producer. Now, tonight's title, again, there's some great things to be said about that. But before we go much further, for anyone who's out there joining us for the first time or any time at all, say something in the chat so I know you're here. We get to everyone in order, and if it's your first time, there's no charge. And going forward after that, you can pay $100 and cover the entire month for readings. And that gets you one card per show, 3 times per week. So thanks for being here. Enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Blessed Wednesday night, everyone. I light the incense for you to abundantly give to yourself. Abundantly give to yourself. So, the reason that's important is the title of the show again. And a couple of stories that I wanted to share with you. First of all, it's a quote by Adlai Stevenson. He says, "Our days are short here. This is the last of your springs. And now in the serenity and quiet of this lovely lace, touch the depths of truth, feel the hymn of heaven." So touch the depths of truth and feel the hymn of heaven. And I know, Rochelle, I've been seeing pictures on Facebook that you're in Sedona. That's a really great way of touching the hymn of heaven. But the show tonight is about being free of getting involved in other people's dramas. So, there's a great balance, or a great mantra, is that I'm always and forever free of being invested in the games of other people. I'm always and forever free of investing or being involved in the games of other people. Because these people don't even know the rules. So there's no way you can communicate them. And if you guess the rules and they're wrong, you get energy projected at you that is not good. So anywhere where you believe that you have to maintain the games that other people make, or the rules, or the way that they view life, and that you have to fit into that life or that viewpoint, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate all of that now? So I know we can feel that, because this is really about the heart portal. So let's pull up the group card and I'll tell you a story. So we've had this on the show a couple of times now. And as you know, when I pull a group card, I shuffle through the deck. The card that is the utmost priority falls out. Well, this one came out again. It's called the heart portal, which is love, receptivity, and mistrust. So let me explain what that is. It's about love. If this card keeps coming up, how can we love ourselves more? And I chose the title of again because from my experience, excuse me, when we leave this planet, as Adlai Stevenson said, your days are short here. They really are. This is the last of your springs. And now in the serenity and quiet of this lovely lace, touch the depths of truth, feel the hymn of heaven. My experience when people pass on is it takes them a while. You know, it's like that, like a life review, right? A little bit like the Scrooge movie, where you get the flashback and you get the lessons. But then you could choose to come back here. And you get to choose your degree. You get to choose your major. Okay? And you get to choose your minors. Okay, so you got the major lesson, you got the minors. And my experience is that the major lessons are all about love. Number one, loving yourself. Love is the highest vibration there is. So, if you've been hurt and you've been withholding your love, are you willing to release that love now, free of the fear of ever getting hurt? Because if you have a fear of getting hurt, you create that fear over and over and over again, and the lesson will be repeated until the lesson is learned. I saw this for myself, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this, and it described to you why and how I see things, because maybe some of you have experienced this. So when at night, when your eyes are closed, you're dead asleep, and you're dreaming, you are not seeing that dream with your eyes because your eyes are closed, but you are seeing these pictures. That's the way, it's probably one of the best ways I can describe of how I see things in the waking world. But they're very, it's like the dream world and the waking world collide for me. It's just how my brain works. I don't know how it is for you, but it's the best way I can describe to you what happens. And so I'll give you an example of this. When I read for this woman, gosh, it's been 15, almost 20 years ago, she came in, and I've told you this story before, where she sat down, she wanted to know whether she should quit her job at this major corporation. I said, well, you're pregnant. Now, I didn't answer her question, but I wanted to describe to you what I saw, because she got really upset with me and goes, I'm not pregnant. I would know if I'm pregnant. It's my body. And she had all this logical reasoning that she went into her brain with. I'm just like, well, this is what I see. I can't describe it. But I actually saw this little girl running around us, playing. So I knew it was a girl. I knew that she was extremely impatient and that she was going to be premature. So sure enough, 7 months later, this woman called me back, inviting me to come read for all of her family that had flown in from all over the United States to read for them. So that's how I see things. But I also know that this little girl had a chance to come back, like we all do, to re-get the lesson or to get more lessons, to choose our degree program. But that's why this card is so important, and this show tonight is so important for you, Dawn, Abby, Marilyn, and Rachelle, because this is abundantly giving to yourself, and are you open to receive more? This is all about your allowance. Universe, allow me to receive more. Open my allowance. Universe, open my allowance. Open my allowance. Allow this love in. Okay. Thank you all for being here. We still can't get Facebook working. We have tried everything. So we figure it's somehow on Facebook's end. So I appreciate your patience. If you might want to put the word out, I apologize, it's not on Facebook. All right, Don. So, Don, I'm always and forever free of questioning my intuitive self. I'm always and forever free of questioning my intuitive self. I'm always and forever safe to act on my intuition. Dawn, Marilyn, Abby, Marilyn, and Rochelle, I'm always and forever safe to act on my intuition. So Dawn, think of it this way. Let's say you stop in a town you've never been before, and you stop and you ask directions. So the person gives you directions, and then you go, "Are you sure?" And the gentleman goes, "Yes, I'm sure." "Could you repeat those directions?" The gentleman repeats the directions, and you go, "Are you sure?" You go out, you stop at a gas station, you ask another woman for directions. She gives you directions, and you go, "Are you sure?" She's like, "Yeah, I've lived here all my whole life. Yeah, I know." So she gives you the directions again, and you go, "Are you sure?" You don't do that. This is your intuition. Please, you're in a place where you might have never been before. When you ask for directions, stop questioning your intuition. It's rude. Oh, I think that's funny. This is guardian. This is like, but it's not just it's just not your intuition. It's how your angels kind of speak to you or guide you. You wouldn't question angels. I wouldn't, but really, I was watching this interview today, and it was talking about how other beings, let's say aliens, communicate with us, and it's through telepathy. But if you're not really trained or familiar with telepathy, you can kind of think that those thoughts are your thoughts. So that's part of that intuition. It's like, I like to think of it, Don, as into it I go. Into it, get it? Because it's growing your field. It's growing every time you trust your intuition, your field grows, if that makes sense. Also, Don, do you have any lapis lazuli? Could you look up the benefit of lapis lazuli?
Sure.
Kennan's going to look up the benefit of lapis lazuli. And since we only, I think people are a little confused with Facebook. That's why we don't have many on tonight. So thank you for being here if you're on Twitch or on YouTube. But Dawn, this is everything. This is the Sun card. So the Sun card is the highest deck in the card. Everything's going to work out for you. But it's also, be free of paying attention to any scorching words people are sending to you, or if you're feeling the energies off, if somebody has body odor, you don't hang around them. If the energy's off or they're sending, you can tell that they're just kind of like Pigpen on Charlie Brown, where there's that dark cloud around that kid all the time, or the dirt cloud. Just avoid them, move on. You're going to be fine. There's going to be a lot of sun coming up. and a lot of opportunities. Okay. So so then that's the physical of lapis lazuli. What's the spiritual of lapis lazuli? So Kenan posted lapis lazuli, the physical benefits, but I want you to take a look at the spiritual benefits of lapis. Well, I got to tell you the funniest story while Kenan's doing that. So Monday night, Ashley was on the show, and I was talking about she needs to tune her guitar. And so, Don, I'll repeat this because I know you weren't here. But I meant it metaphorically, because she was putting up with an untuned guitar. She was practicing with an untuned guitar. She was putting up with things that weren't vibrating. She wasn't vibing with things. And so I'm telling you this, Dawn, because it's your guides coming in to help you tune your guitar. Tune in, like get it tuned to where it sounds really good to you, or where your life just flows in harmony. That's what it is, harmony. So anyway, I get this text from Ashley. You guys are going to crack up. Hang on, I got to find it. She goes, I have needed to change my guitar strings for a week now because I have my lesson tomorrow, which was yesterday. And she was practicing with an untuned guitar. And she knew that she needed to change them, but she hadn't done it. And she actually had her lesson. And I had no idea that she had guitar lessons, or that she took guitar lessons. But I just thought that was really funny. So that's kind of the message with you here, Don, is it doesn't need a lot, but it's like taking it, as you would like with a guitar, it takes, 5 or 10 minutes to tune a guitar, right? Yeah. So here's lapis lazuli. Here's why I recommend everyone get lapis lazuli. Protection against psychic attacks and harmful energies, calming tempers, releasing stress, bringing the mind and body together harmoniously, balancing energy within the body, especially the throat, crown, and brow chakras. So, good one, Don. All right. Now we have Marilyn and Abby. Mm-hmm. All right.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Abby. Breathe. Simmer down. Simmer down, Abby. Simmer down. It's called the dullness card. It's calming your mind. I'm not talking about dulling down your intelligence or dumbing down anything. I'm just talking about when you're processing, and you are processing, when we go through these spiritual levels, the mind wants to attach it. It wants to give it meaning. It wants to, well, where's that coming from? And what am I supposed to do with this? And how am I going to use this? And how come I feel like just, if you're not going to be making reads, then find something that keeps the mind occupied. That could be a movie. Could be going for a walk. It helps to get out of your mind. It's just, you need a couple of days of just dullness without judgment of, oh gosh, I shouldn't be this lazy, I shouldn't be this dull. The other thing is when you are processing, when you're moving up. So there's a master in India called Babaji. And when people would meet Babaji, they couldn't remember their name or where they lived or anything personal, anything about their families, for sometimes several days. It was so energetic. It was such a blast and they were in such bliss that they realized they couldn't remember what previously had been important to them. So sometimes when you're going through this process of growth, you get concerned and go, oh my gosh, am I losing it? Am I developing dementia? No. You're just going through a period of growth, and be free of making it about anything or anyone. All right, my dear Marilyn. What is the snake on the doctor? Why is there snake on the doctor? So Kennan's going to look this up, but so I have to be really careful. So I may call you on this one just because I have to be careful what I recommend, because I'm on the air. But this is like it's like a cleanse. Okay, so Marilyn, I can't call you tonight, but I'll try to give you a call tomorrow.
Caduceus.
What's that?
The Caduceus is the staff carried by Hermes in Greek mythology. So
Can you post that in there? So Kennan's going to post something in here. This is what I'm seeing. And there's something to this, Marilyn, that I'm seeing. So Caduceus is the traditional symbol of Hermes and features two snakes winding around an often winged staff. It's often used as a symbol of medicine, especially in the United States. Ancient sources associate Hermes with a variety of attributes, including wisdom, trade, thievery, and eloquence.
negotiation and alchemy are the other things.
Negotiation of what?
And alchemy.
Oh, negotiation and alchemy. All right. So notice what's coming into your field. Sometimes it's something you overhear or something that pops up on your Facebook feed or that can be really, really helpful. And then this is really, really trusting your intuition. wisdom. This is like really trusting your intuition as to what is working for you and what is not working for you. But there's this purification that's needed, like purity. It's like kind of cleaning out your system, like inflammation. And I've talked about this. I've talked about Dr. Gundry, Gundry. I've got all of his books. I watched some of his videos. But what changed for me hugely is not eating potatoes, tomatoes, eggplant, anything of the nightshade family, cutting them completely out. But today, for instance, I went and I got the white sweet potatoes. You can have sweet potatoes, which is amazing. And you boil them and you mash them like mashed potatoes, add butter, salt and pepper, and I use green onions that I chop in them. They're amazing, like really amazing. So there's alternatives you can use that will help take away the inflammation. But there's this purification that's needed. Okay? But also it's this variety of attributes with Hermes, which is eloquence. Anyway, I'll try to call you tomorrow. All right, my dear Marilyn Pitts. And then we've got Rochelle and Tiffany. Okay, Marilyn, you got this card Monday. This is out of a deck of like 90 cards. You see how thick my deck is, right? You got the same card on Monday. That's really unusual. So it's the Harvest card. Give me a second here. I've got to look something up. So Marilyn, anywhere where you believe that you've not done enough, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that belief system? Because this is the Harvest card. It's like really acknowledging what you've done, and it absolutely is enough. This is really kind of heavy energy leaving. I can actually feel it now coming up. It's like it's the harvest. During the harvest, you don't go back and replant your field. You can't redo it. There's no point. And so this is about enjoying the harvest and getting out of the, I coulda, woulda, shoulda, I wish I had planted corn instead of beans. No, this is enjoying what you've done and to know that you've done enough, and what you've done is fulfill this contract of why you came to the earth this time. Absolutely knowing that. So are you willing to let go of any doubt, fear, oppression that you wish you could have, would have done something better, that you could have said something different, that things would have gone the other way or a better way? No. This is about raking in the produce and taking it to the marketplace. This is about collecting and these blessings coming in. So the group card tonight was about love, heart chakra, heart portal, loving, absolutely loving yourself. So there's something with Marilyn. I don't know whether your twin passed in the fall, but there's something coming up with her that there's nothing you could have done or said. It's finishing that. Or clearing up any of this things have been, this is some kind of like, it's kind of like residual energy that needs to be cleaned out. It's been in a corner. It hasn't been really bad or anything, but it's just a matter of anywhere where you're carrying any guilt from your mother around your sister's death. Are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that right now? This is your time. She was finished with her time on this planet. She's been going through all this time she's been going through like this, like we talked about, like a recovery, or looking back a plane of her life and going, oh, okay, I got this. She's getting the lessons. She's got them. And so it's you releasing any and clearing all of that. And I think that's maybe why the lapis lazuli came up. Can you go back to that lapis lazuli?
Oh yeah, I put that in there. So protection against psychic attacks and harmful
Yeah.
energies.
Yep. So protection against psychic attacks, harmful energies, calming tempers, releasing stress, bringing the mind and body together harmoniously, balancing energy with the body, especially the throat, crown, and brow chakras. Okay, that makes sense. All right, great. All right, Rochelle, here we go. Thanks so much for being here in Arizona. I love it that you were in Sedona. What fantastic pictures. Okay. Look at this. Can you believe this, Rochelle? This is Sedona. I mean, this deck, of all the cards that are in this deck, this is the only Sedona one. You're bringing back from this trip, I got chills. I don't know what this is, but it's like a major download. It's like major creativity. Oh, so I'll tell you that I'll tell you this story, and maybe some of you will remember me repeating this story in the past. A very good friend, she had fibroid tumors, so the doctor told her she could not fly. It was so bad, she could die. She ignored the doctor, flew from Pennsylvania here to Phoenix, drove up to Sedona because she'd made plans with her friend to be there, and she could barely move. She gets up to Sedona, her friend goes, let's go for a hike, and Sheila's like, I can't even move. She goes, you know what, I'll get out of the car, I'll go sit on that log, and I'll just wait for you. You go on your hike. I'll be fine. I got water. We're good. So the friend takes off. About 20 minutes into Sheila sitting there on the log, she hears footsteps behind her. She turns around. There's nobody there. And then she feels like somebody hit her with a baseball bat down in the lower back. It knocked her off the log. And she thought she was being attacked. Well, she looked up and there was no one there. But she wasn't afraid. She goes, that was the weird thing, is I wasn't afraid. It was just a very odd, it was kind of like a feeling of awe. Gets back up on the log. It happened again. Gets back up on the log. It happens 3 times. Long story short, Rochelle, she gets back home to Michigan, goes to the doctor, no fibroids. Gone. Absolutely gone. So there's this creative, there's some kind of energy that you picked up there that'll knock out of your field what no longer serves you and bring in this creativity, this new kind of breath, this new kind of way of living. What's pomegranate juice good for?
Lots of stuff.
Kennan's going to look up pomegranate juice, or just even pomegranates. Pomegranates are awesome. So he's going to share that in the chat here in a minute. All right, my dear Tiffany and Doc, here we go. All right, Dr. Tiff, here we go. So it's important to take a trip to the happiest place on earth, which is Disneyland or Disney World. And it's going to feel more and more like play for you, Tiffany. It's you creating, rather than going to the happiest place on earth, it's you creating the happiest place on earth for you. Your senses are really improving. Your sensitivity to energy that doesn't serve you is improving. So you eat anchovies and you go, you know what, I don't like anchovies. So you go back a week later and you eat anchovies again and you go, what? No, still don't like anchovies. And you try it 2 days later. Nope, still don't like anchovies. You're done proving to yourself that you don't like anchovies, Tiff. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Be free of trying to like that person, or try to like their behaviors, or to try to like their belief system. You're moving more into play. And those people that don't want to play are moving out of your field. Fantastic. It's a fantastic card. You are the player. Okay? So the pomegranate too is often found in devotional statues and paintings. It's a fertility symbol. It's associated with the end of a unicorn hunt. So Rochelle, are you at the end of a unicorn hunt? Look at it, what it means a little bit more spiritually. So then Tiffany, this is even, I don't know if you've ever gone on a hot air balloon ride, but it's, so fear and excitement can feel very similar. So if something comes up and you think it's fear, look, hey, maybe this is excitement. Maybe this is excitement. Okay? Yeah. Okay, good. All right, then we got Doc. Hey, Doc. All right, Doc. Change. Okay, number one. Any change you find, I mean pennies, dimes, nickels, quarters, any change you find, pick it up, put it in a sacred place. If you have an altar at your home, if you have a so put the wealth corner in your house. So when you come in your front door, you have your living room, you have your couch, you have kind of the dog pen, but over in the, if you're coming in the front door, over to the right corner where the couch is, over in the far right corner, make a sacred place for money, and start by putting your change in that. It's the value you put on money, rather than, so this is again going back to the group card, which is loving yourself and receptivity. Are you fully allowing yourself? And anywhere where you're not allowing yourself to receive money fully, are you willing to release, create, uncreate, destroy, obliterate that now? And then it's actually having a place in your house where you're literally honoring money. Okay, we got everybody?
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. I apologize, Facebook is not working. I don't know why it isn't. But Marilyn, I'll do my best to call you tomorrow. Make a note of that. And love you all. Have a great time. Great night. See you Sunday.